Happy New Year. For a disclaimer, I do not own the rights to the beats, but these beats are by Clutonic that I'll be using in the podcast today. So sit back, relax if you're driving, stay focused on the road, but enjoy this podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Listening Every Day. It is your host, LA. Listen, I have been missing you guys. I have been bursting inside, waiting to share everything that I have been able to just center in, focus in on within self, and to be able to share with you guys, hoping to encourage you, inspire you, and motivate you, and say something that will help you along your journey. Listen, this podcast is called Lesson Every Day because I truly believe that there is something to learn each and every day, whether it is from something that happened traumatically, something that happened good, something that happened, or even if it's just looking up to the sky and seeing the clouds a different way, or seeing the sun a different way, or seeing a smile on someone's face as you're passing along, right? It is something to learn and to be inspired from and by each and every day. And I hope you guys get that. Today, I want to share with you these words. You have so much more in you to discover. Take your time. You have time. Take your time. This is your journey and your story. That means this journey, this story, there's no one else can live it and no one else can walk it out but you. This is your journey. This is your story. Live it to your fullest. Live in your greatest story and live your best life. What does that look like? It looks different for each and every one of us. The month of April, I decided to take more time to invest in self-focus, self-care, to check in, to be aware of where I am mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. I invested in myself. I took 1 week out to really turn off everything in this world. That means social media. That meant, disconnecting from family, disconnecting from friends, and to completely be invested in myself, to sit with my thoughts, to be in a place where I get away from everything that I know, technology, TV, everything, and literally just dig deeper. Dig deep within to allow those things that needed to be uprooted, that have been bad roots or bad seeds planted in my life. I had to allow nature, myself in nature, to connect. I had to allow those things to uproot. I had to come to reality. I had to take time to see where I am and where I want to be, who I want to become. Who do I see myself as? To no longer identify myself by my past experiences, my past trauma, to be able to have all of this in this month, to take this month to say, I know that I need to take time for self. I need to press reset. I need time to be able to identify where I am, present day and time. I needed to check in with my mental state, to be able to allow myself to think, but not overthink and not underthink. To be able to, allow those thoughts, the anxiety, everything to come out, for me to exhale it, right? And to inhale great affirmations, great thoughts, positive words. It was a transition. It was an opportunity to literally rip bandages off. In my process of healing, taking that time spiritually to reconnect with my inner being in God, to be able to have those devotions, not just devotions, but actually sit out in a garden and be able to just literally appreciate God's creation. Not just all his creation around, But me, as one of his creations, right? His work of art, to love on myself and to see myself the way he sees me, and to be able to say, I, Latoya, love you. I love you for you, and you are enough. And where you are may not be where you want to be, but guess what? You're not staying there, and you're making progress by doing what you're doing now, taking time, being self-aware of where you are and what it takes to reset. That's a part of that self-focus, and being able to say, I'm going to take care of myself. Because I truly believe that you can never really truly help or give your all to someone else until you are in a place where you are truly yourself and you're truly where you need to be as far as good state of mind, or a stable state of mind, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, right? You have to be set. You have to make sure yourself is okay, because if you're running on 20% of energy and you have one call from another call, and you got your job requiring this and that, guess what? You're going to be empty. You're going to be empty, and you're not going to be able to give. Your thoughts are going to be all over the place. You're going to be exhausted. You have to reset and know where self is. You have to chime in and really take that time to self-reflect, to, have a moment with self. Go through a cleansing stage in your life. Maybe there are some things you need to let go. I went through having to release a lot of things that I carried over to a whole new country. And it's not even about the location. It's about carrying so much that I should have let go of, carrying it into a new start. And I'm glad I'm able to identify it now and catch it now, so that I will have that ability to release it now before I got further along this new journey, this fresh new start. It's things like that, matters like that, moments like that, that are vital to your journey, to your process. In order for you to live your best life, you got to give yourself that space to be able to check in, see where you are, and to define, what does living your best life even look like to you? What does it mean? On the prior or previous podcast, I talked about investing in yourself. What does that look like to you? How much are you willing to invest in yourself? Are you giving more of yourself to others and now losing your identity because now you're not even sure what you're giving? Taking time to be aware of where you are, what you need, and who you are. And not only that, but to love who you are, love who you're becoming, and understand that you're going to forever be evolving. You're always going to be learning something new. Everything is about a lesson and learning and growing with it and how you can use it, right? I took my week for self-focus and self-care. And one thing that I told myself when I was by a waterfall in the gardens, I said, this moment is not temporary. I have to take what I am receiving from this moment, and I have to carry it with me. I may not be able to keep that location, of course, but in heart. I may not be able to stay there because I have to return back to work. I have to get back to my regular daily living, right? My schedule. But everything that I had experienced in that moment, I can carry with me. because that was my opportunity and that was my time to connect, to learn, to grow, and to be able to release that peace, the harmony. It's within. And I am always going to be able to carry that because now I'm coming back with a better mindset because that was my reset, right? I'm coming back with a broader perspective of life. I'm able to approach calmer, right? I have harmony. And not only that, I came back with confidence that I needed to know this is where I am. This is what's going on with me currently. This is what I can take and what I cannot take. Knowing where you are is very important. But not only that, but on this journey, embracing every step of the way is important. You have a lot to discover as long as you got breath in your body and you're listening to this podcast. As long as you are living, your eyes are open, your ears are open, you have so much more deep inside of you to discover. And you gotta start. Start within. If it's half a day, an hour, take that time. Take that time you need because only you know what time you need. This is your journey and this is your story. Again, I encourage you to live to your fullest and live in your greatest story. That is what I want to share with you today. I hope that I said something to, whether it's a reminder for you, if it's new and something encouraging, whatever you take from it, I hope you take something great from it and know that you matter and you got to take care of yourself in order to be the best version of yourself. God bless you and have a wonderful rest of your evening or day.